Cheel from SuzieCheel.com, and today I'm talking with one of my best friends, also and a new author, Stephanie Rainbow Bell. Hi, Stephanie.
Hey, Susie, how are you?
I'm great. The sun is shining well down under here. What's it like in Vegas today?
We've had an absolutely gorgeous day. Beautiful blue skies, bright sun, just a little bit of a nip in the air.
Right. Oh, well, we had a similar Sunday here, but no nip in the air. Still plenty of warmth. Okay, so Stephanie today is launching her new book, which I've just read and I'm really excited about. Beautiful at Any Size. Stephanie is a believer in unlimited possibilities. She's an author, an inspirational speaker, an empowerment coach for plus-size women, and the chief consciousness creator of the new, also to be launched, plus-size Inner Peace Network. Stephanie is passionate about helping people to alleviate the guilt, shame, blame, for whatever it is about the size that they are. And she wants them to develop that inner knowing that we all have within us, where we feel the joy, the love, the peace, and we let a term that I've discovered Stephanie has been using, we let our heart light shine through to the world. So Stephanie, you must be very excited, and maybe you could actually show the viewers your book.
Yes, I'd be happy to do that.
Right. That's
there
great.
We go.
That's wonderful. So you can see here the book there, Beautiful at Any Size, a plus-size women's guide to nurturing confidence and self-esteem. And you can see it has beautiful, just has such a wonderful cover. And I believe that's a photo that Stephanie took herself. So I love it when people use their own imagery.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So Stephanie's book, but probably by the time you're watching this, it will just have launched. And having read the book and then started to do some of the exercises, what I discovered, although you start off talking about being that dreadful word we're not meant to use, F-A-T, the book actually is so much more than that. And for me, it's about, I suppose, the things that I'm passionate about in that as well, and particularly about building our own self-love and our self-esteem. So, Stephanie, can you just give people a bit of background on how this book came about, sort of the format you've used, how you think it's going to help people as well?
Well, the book came about because I have struggled my whole life to find peace with my size. I've been, well over 100 pounds overweight the vast majority of my life. I'll be having a birthday in another couple of weeks, and I'll be 58 years young. And my weight has always been an issue. And unfortunately, besides being an issue, it had become a value judgment on who I was. That no matter what other successes I may have had in life, there was still something wrong with me, in quotes, because I was fat. So I would discount a lot of accomplishments or achievements or even just great stuff because I just say, well, that's good, but I'm still fat. And I realized that, plenty of other women feel the same way. So I've been on a journey to feel good about myself for many, many, many years. And I also have mentored many people in all areas of their life about seeing our divine spirits and owning our inner power. And we can't have inner peace and we can't have inner power when we're shaming and blaming and guilting on ourselves. So that's how the book came about, Susie.
And some of this book is come from your inspiration, and you've had some guidance with it.
Yes, the book. I receive a lot of information from divine spirit. You can call that what you like. I'm very consciously aware. I make a point of being consciously aware, and I have been for a long time. So a lot of the book was channeled through my heart, through my divine spirit, but it was the content that was waiting to come. And it's valuable to all women. In fact, what's so interesting, I may actually be doing another version of the book very soon, because so many women who have read it that keep saying to me, this isn't just for plus size women. This is for all women. You know, we all have these issues. It's helping me. And that's the truth. You know, I obviously have the perspective of being a large woman. So I have that perspective clearer than, say, you know, someone who only has a few pounds to lose, or who may not need it to lose any weight, but just, you know, doesn't feel good about who they are. So, yeah, the information comes from lots of sources, my life experiences, my heart, and divine spirit.
And the thing that I think you said earlier that really has just rung home to me is about making peace with whatever it is. Because a friend of mine last week said to me, one of the things that I need to do at the moment is to make peace with my own healing process, to make peace with whatever's going on here. And I know you have said that to me as well on this healing journey that I'm currently on, and sometimes it's hard for us to actually let go, because we have to let go of the control, and we have to let go of the fix it. And I mean, if we're fat and we're not on a diet, how on earth are we going to lose weight? But yet if we do make peace with that, then a lot of the other things will flow as well.
Well, and my one of my big premises is there's nothing wrong with being fat. That's not to say there may not be health issues you need to deal with, and I'm not saying that people should stay fat just for that sake. But, you know, for instance, for myself, I've struggled with diets all my life, and or to make peace with where I am. And there is no big physical issue with me. My heart is fine. My blood pressure is fine. There's no diabetes issues, you know. So I don't have any specific health issues that are really endangering my life. And I believe, however, even if you did, that being at peace with where you are is going to help any health issues as well. Of course, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving doctors advice, but I am speaking from my own heart. So, you know, just because you're fat doesn't mean you have to lose weight. Just because you're plus size doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. And that's really part of the movement that I'm promoting with my Plus Size Inner Peace Network. There's nothing wrong with us necessarily. You know, that it's not a fault. It's not a judgment call. It's not something bad. It's not something that needs fixing.
And that's it, isn't it? Because we like to, particularly women, we like to fix things because it's something that we do. We've been
it's just society, you know, has such a big cultural aversion to plus size people. You know, there's so many stereotypes about plus size people, and you know, I'm definitely not a politically oriented person, but I am oriented towards treating people equally and treating people fairly, and not judging a person by how they appear or where they live or what labels they're wearing, you know, clothes-wise, or what car they're driving. So I think that it's really important to, you know, start looking at ourselves as women, whatever our body shape is, and stop identifying who we are by how we look. Who we are is defined in our hearts. Who we are is defined by the amount of love we're willing to give and the amount of experiences we're willing to share. It has nothing to do with the container we're in.
And it also has a lot to do with about how we feel. Because if we're feeling good about ourselves, a lot of the other issues melt away as well.
Exactly.
So, Stephanie, in the one of the things that I found was about the book was, the first thing I thought was very interesting is how you challenge people in the very first page about with sort of 5 things that they possibly can do to get the most out of the book. First one is read it. So if you actually did say this to me a week or so ago when I was struggling with something. Well, read my book. Of course, I've had it here sitting on the computer, but I sort of resisted printing it out. I've now printed it out. And that's so often true. We buy things and then they sit over there and we don't get to them. The other one is to have an open mind, because there are going to be some things that trigger, oh yeah, I relate to that, or something like that. Suspend critical judgment, because while we're judging, we're in that thing that I always think of, Brandon Bayes used to say, we suffer from fear, doubt and judgment. And when we let go of that, that diamond that is our heart begins to shine. The other one is, and this can be a challenge because I skipped it for the first few chapters, do the exercises. I thought, I'll do those later, because you have to, think about it. Stephanie gives you like an affirmation to use at the end of each chapter, and then she gives you a page where you can write on. So you've got here the page in the book where you can actually go and write in there. Then I realised when I did start writing, it was interesting what the things that came up, and I thought, oh, that's good, and I can come back to that as well. A lot of the things are things, with gratitude and things that I already do, but you put a different angle on it, so it'll have people thinking in different ways. So I think all of those aspects are really good. And the 5th point that Stephanie makes when you're starting out with this book is possibly, start a book study group. But I'm thinking, Stephanie, that when you set up your actual community, your inner peace, plus size inner peace community, within that, people will be able to connect with people who may be able to work, because people will work at different ways. Because This is a book that people could do a chapter a day, and that would take them nearly 2 months to complete. Or people might like to go at a slower pace and do it over a year, because Stephanie has 52 chapters. So you have a choice of how you can approach this. So, Stephanie, do you have a picture for how you see this community that's going to be developing, growing?
Well, I'm creating the Plus Size Inner Peace Network so that women, all women, not just plus size women, but women have a safe place to discuss and learn and be motivated and inspired and have all kinds of tools to release the shame and the blame and the guilt about how they look and how they feel. And I specifically wanted a place where plus size women were not ostracized, where that there was no shame involved. That's such a big issue. That has been such a big issue in my life. That's a big motivating factor for me, is to help women stop feeling ashamed of their bodies. So the purpose of having a membership community is that it is a closed community. All people can join, but once you're in there, then to honor and respect everyone, because we're all there because we've got some issues. And so let's have a safe place where we can deal with those issues. I'll be contributing. We're going to have guest experts. I think you're going to be joining us. The format is still evolving as we see what the participants want. But we're going to have experts. We're going to have audio and video, all different kinds of learning. There'll be discussion groups. There'll be monthly mentoring. It's just going to be a really safe environment with every single tool that I can find, both the ones that I've already used in my toolkit and that I come across, to help you feel good about yourself, to feel peaceful, and to own your power. That's my whole deal. I want you to feel powerful. I want you to feel passionate about your life. I want you to have the things you want and feel good about having them.
Sounds great. Yes, and I'm going to be very happy to be part of that with you, Stephanie. Now, today, as the book is launching, I believe people who buy the book today will get bonuses. Is that right?
Yes. On January 10th, if you go to my website, my book launch website, which is beautifulatanySizeBook.com, all the instructions are there, but basically you go to Amazon, you purchase the book, and when you come back to beautifulatanySizeBook.com and register your receipt number from purchasing the book, you get over 30 fabulous gifts. Suzie, you donated a wonderful gift. Some people are, some other contributors are donating 20-minute mentoring sessions. There's several complete books that are being offered. I've had just a tremendous response from the community that wanted to support this book launch. So, like I said, there's over 30 gifts when you purchase the book on January 10th. And between you and me, it'll probably be up there for another few days. But on January 10th, you can help me achieve Amazon bestseller rank if you purchase the book on January 10th.
Oh, that's great, Stephanie. Well, so people have, and sometimes I know we think, 30. Oh, what am I going to do with that? Remember, you can just put them in a folder and you can come back to them at another time. So don't feel too overwhelmed.
No, and people obviously don't have to take all 30.
No.
I mean, out of the 30, maybe 4 or 5 really speak to you. I hope one of the gifts that speaks to people is an introductory 2-week membership in the Plus Size Inner Peace Network that I'll be offering. And I'm also
that's a wonderful offer, Stephanie.
Yes, and I'm also going to be doing a special class called Awaken the Beauty Within for people who purchase the book. So those are 2 gifts that I myself am offering in addition to the book itself.
Oh, that's so wonderful. So people can actually get a taste of what your network is going to be like, what the teleclass is going to be like, and have a play in the membership to see whether it's something that speaks to them, I think. Because I think that's something we have to be really careful of today. There are so many new things that come onto our screens every day. Stephanie and I actually met online through Twitter, but we have actually met in real life when I was in Vegas, nearly 3 years ago now. And we speak every week, at least once a week on Skype. And we often talk about this of, thinking, and one of the things that came up for me with this book was, are we still looking outside of ourselves, or are we beginning to look inside and believe what I have is really valuable and there are people out there waiting for my message? And so often we think, I'm not quite as good as there or whatever else, and that can get us off track. And then we think, I'll just join one thing. But this is a way for people to actually test and think, is this a community that speaks for me or not? And I think that's something that we all have to be aware of these days as well.
I'm the first person to say you have to do what feels good to you. There's going to be people that are going to want the extra support of having the community, and that's what it's there for. And there's going to be people that are going to be able to just read the book and take it and run with it. Or who may sign up for an occasional other class or some of the mentoring that I offer on my Plus Size Inner Peace website. So I'm the first person to say you have to see what feels good to you, and if it feels good to you, go for it. And if it doesn't feel good to you, move along to something until you find something that does.
Yep, and that's right, isn't it? It is. It's about feeling good. It's about, and what we've got the good stuff in our vibe bubble, because when we have, we're smiling. And that's the other important thing is, as you reminded me yesterday, smile. Keep smiling. And when we smile, we change our perspective and we can change the other person's perspective that we're smiling at.
Exactly.
Now, Stephanie, do you have any final words you'd like to offer to the viewers today?
I just want to thank you, Suzie, for this amazing opportunity. I'm obviously thrilled to bits about the book and the new Plus Size Inner Peace Network. I'm thrilled to finally be able to sort of package all this work that I've been doing for so many women and for myself, obviously. So I just wish everybody the power to make the choices to help you feel good this year. It's 2012. It's the beginning of a year. There's a lot of new movement energy here, which is a perfect time to do something different. One of the things, there's an adage that, if you want different results, you've got to take different actions. So this is an opportunity here for you to take a different action with buying the book, reading the book, getting involved with the Plus Size Inner Peace Network. And even if you don't buy my book and you don't join my network, do something different if you want your life to be different. You can't take the same actions and expect different results. But I'm certainly here to support you, and that's what I want to see. I want to see happy, smiling people, no matter how they look or what their size.
That is wonderful. And one of the Stephanie's affirmations that we're going to finish with today, that I will challenge you all to do from what Stephanie just said there, say, I dare to believe that my life is fabulous and filled with infinite possibilities.
There we go. Awesome.
Yeah, daring to be different, to do something different, and to feel okay about it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. It's been an absolute delight to talk to you and to share your vision with all the viewers, and it'll be all the viewers on Facebook and Twitter and things as well, who get to see that. And I believe through this network, you're going to do, which is my passion, is about the people I interview, people who want to make a difference in the world, who are making a difference in the world, and create that ripple effect that goes out to others so that they then create the same. So it's sort of creating a momentum. And I believe that you're going to be doing this with Beautiful at Any Size.
Thank you so much, Suzie. I appreciate that. Namaste.
Namaste. This has been Suzie Cheel, and today I've been speaking with Stephanie Rainbow Bell. And you can get all the details below of how you can get Stephanie's book and find out more about her upcoming new Inner Peace Network.